Okay, here is part 2 of exercise 2-4. I have, since closing the first part, saved the drawing as EX2-4 in the appropriate folder. I have not asked you to do this, but I've turned on the toolbar. It was on in the other part. So to turn on this Object Snap toolbar, you go to Tools, Toolbars, AutoCAD, and then Object Snap, and check that. And that will make the toolbar show up where you can select geometry snaps that will be useful. Alright, now looking at the construction, we notice we will have to do now to have a tangent line to our two large circles at the top, a tangent arc, excuse me, to the two large circles at the top, and then have that pass through a point where we know at least where the height of the point is. On one of them, we know both the height and I guess you could say the X distance as well. So to be able to do that large one on the outside, the 3.5-inch radius, and make it pass through this point right here and tangent to here, we will use a geometric construction technique that will add the radius to our large circles here, and then we'll create a radius from this point here, and that will, the intersection of those two large circles out here will give us a center point from which we can draw the tangent 3.5-inch radius. So follow along here. Circle, and we want the center of this circle, so I'll pick center and hover to find the center. And I have my ortho turned on still. I'll turn it off for the moment by pressing F8 or by coming down here and clicking the ortho status toggle. Okay, so I want to add this to the large radius, my 3.5-inch radius added to the 1.5-inch radius on the outside will give us a total of 5 inches. So 5 for the radius. Okay, then we want it to pass through this point, so a technique to make sure it does that is to actually draw the radius we want to pass through here. We'll draw from here the center, make our radius the center here. So we'll go circle, and because it's on a snap point, okay, we can actually use that point. We move away from it, see our radius, and we type 3.5. Now where that intersects is our center point, where those two circles intersect. That'll be our center point for our 3.5 radius. So circle, and we want that intersection. Probably need to turn off grid snap so that we don't confuse AutoCAD. And we go over here and we pick intersection. And we want 3.5-inch radius. That's what we entered last time, so I just press enter. We do the same construction over here. Before we do that, let's trim. Okay, so I'll go to trim any way you want to. I type TR is my favorite. And I'll pick this as a cutting point in this line. Press enter, and I'm going to trim that circle off. Then I won't need this radius anymore, or circle, so I'll delete that. Alright, now I want to construct it over here, so I go circle. And I want this endpoint, so this time I'll grab endpoint snap, And once again, it's still set at 3.5, so I press enter. Gives me my intersection point. Choose intersection. 3.5. Still the default, so I press enter again. Then go to trim. Choose the line. Choose the circle. And notice I trimmed by choosing the circle down here the first time, and then this time I chose up here. I do that because circles are drawn or created in a counterclockwise direction. So I wanted to leave this, so I needed to pick in a counterclockwise movement. So I pick up here, and that deletes this outside. And I pick down here, and it deletes the outside over here. Always moving in a counterclockwise, what you want to remove. Okay. Now I'm finished with one. And I'm finished with this one, actually. All right. And I could go ahead and trim this off. Okay, next I want to create that inside shape, so I'm going to make that part 3.